We're an ideas incubator supporting early stage innovation and technology development. It might be that someone just has a concept for a new medical device. It might be that they've got an early stage prototype. And the role that we play is connecting all of the pieces of the puzzle.
Currently, especially in breast cancer cases, they have no way of determining during the surgery whether or not they've removed the entire tumour. So effectively what happens is in between 15 and 20% of cases, the patient has to go in for a follow-up surgery.
Emotionally, it's something of a roller coaster. Because I had to have second surgery, the time before I could start having chemotherapy and finally radiotherapy, both of those had to be delayed. And you know all through this that time is of the essence.
So the need that was identified was a tool that could actually be used in theatre to be able to measure to see whether or not the entire tumour had been removed. So what we had developed here was a probe that can actually look at the surface of the tissue. So simply by placing the probe in contact with the surface and doing a measurement, you can actually tell whether or not the place you're in contact with is healthy or cancerous. The MDPP was involved in both developing some of the sampling hardware that we use, so they talked to some of the surgeons and some of the end users to try and develop this. So what they gave to us was a prototype of the device, as well as actually doing some market research to have a look to see what sort of needs were out there, what were the competing technologies, and how did our device fit into all of this.
So from a researcher's perspective, the best part of the MDPP is being able to really direct or provide some really critical insight to an idea or a theme. The medical device partnering program is fantastic because it gives you an opportunity to be involved in possible product development or prototype development. So at that leading edge of where an idea might be coming from an idea into something tangible and having lots of input, which brings so much experience to the table as well. And you can have multiple experts from multiple domains looking at your idea from all their different perspectives. So it can be mathematicians or engineers or designers and end users, people who might use it and people who might make it for you as well. It's even hard to describe how valuable that is to someone who's just got an idea and who wants to move it forward.
I was looking for ways of collaborating on these projects to try and commercialise some of the ideas that I was having through my work as a registered nurse. We've needed 3D printing, engineering support. There's a lot of complexities. It also gave us access to academic staff, which we needed, because we were looking for proof of concept. So we sat down and they really critiqued the project to sort of look at some of the things I hadn't considered, some of the commercial aspects, some of the manufacturing aspects.
And actually it's not just research for research's sake, it's actually research that will help develop ideas but ultimately help to benefit patients. So it really is focused about improving clinical outcomes, improving quality and safety and making something efficient and making something work.
It would have made such a difference to me and all the women I met while I was going through treatment to have had something like this that would have allowed us to just have one surgery. Just a few weeks can make an enormous difference. We just need as many tools in the toolkit to deal with cancer as we can possibly get.
The MDPP was able to provide market support research, which were critical to actually being able to get this device to the point that it's at the moment.